Hi, everybody. My name is Cynthia Kane with the ESU Libraries and Archives, and welcome to our video tutorial covering EBSCOhost eBooks in the Discovery Search Catalog. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to use the Discovery Search Catalog at our library's website, emporia.edu/library, to find ebooks that are from a specific platform called EBSCOhost. Many of you may be using EBSCOhost ebooks as required textbooks or perhaps recommended readings in your courses. And just as many of you may have direct links to these ebooks to be able to read online in your Canvas courses. But I will also be showing you how you can find specific titles of ebooks in the Discovery Search Catalog as well. I will also show you how you can read these ebooks online. And finally, I'll show you with ebooks that are set up with unlimited access, how you can check out and return copies of these specific ebooks using a free software called Adobe Digital Editions. I've given you the link to Adobe Digital Editions to download for free, and I'll be showing you in this tutorial how that works as well. So we are going to switch to the library's website at emporia.edu/library. I'm going to click on Discovery Search Catalog. Before I do anything else, I'm going to click on this link up here that says Welcome Guest, Sign In to Your Institution. You do need to do this as a student or a faculty member affiliated with Emporia State, because this will then authorize you as being a current ESU patron, and then you'll be able to view these ebooks and check them out. So in this instance, I'm going to change my search field to title because I'm going to search for a specific title of a book, but you can also leave it as all fields and search by a keyword or a topic if you want it just to find certain books like ebooks for a specific topic. But again, in this case, I'm going to search for a specific title of a book, which is Fundamentals of Collection Development and Management. And that's a specific ebook that I know that we own. I have 378 results, and because I have not limited my search yet by source type, I'm getting print books as well as ebooks and other types of sources. Now, if I click on source type and say that specifically I want to see what we have for this title as an ebook, I can do that by limiting by ebooks. And this will show me that we actually have 2 editions of this book. So if you're searching for a title of a book as an ebook this way, make sure that you are finding the specific edition perhaps that you need to read for a class. The edition that I want is the more recent edition that was published in 2018. So now we're going to click on View Details. And this will tell me that this has unlimited copies available. So I would be able to check out a copy of this ebook once I get to that point as well. I could download or print or email and save up to 100 pages. This is an important limit to look at because what can happen is that you won't ever be able to download or print out an entire ebook. The publishers don't really want you to do that. But if I wanted to download perhaps 1 or 2 chapters, I could do that without having to sign in to anything else. This is my reminder that, again, I could download or check out a copy of this ebook, but it will require Adobe Digital Editions. And again, I'll show you in just a moment how to do that. So now we're going to click over here at this link. This just loaded my ebook. And as you can see, I can navigate by the table of contents over here if I've been assigned a specific chapter to read, or I could minimize that table of contents and scroll through and then just read the entire book online, depending upon your preference. Again, because this one has unlimited copies available, I have an option now for a full ebook download. If you are looking for an ebook and if you find it in our catalog that it doesn't have that option available, That's a sign that that ebook has a limited number of copies available for simultaneous access. Perhaps 1, 2, or 3 users at a time can access that ebook. Because of that limitation, we do not allow those types of ebooks with limited access to be checked out because it takes copies out of circulation entirely and other people cannot get access to them. But we don't have that situation with unlimited access. So I could do a full ebook download. I might want to check out a copy of this ebook and have it available to read offline for a certain period of time. So when I click on download full ebook, I could borrow it for 1 day up to a maximum of 14 days. And again, I'm borrowing a copy of this ebook to be able to read offline. Now, I could select a PDF option if I'm going to be using a desktop computer or a laptop. If I'm going to be using a mobile device like my phone or a tablet, I might want to choose the EPUB version. So select whichever format is appropriate for the device that you're going to be using. Now, this next part is essential. Notice that there's a checkbox over here that says, I have Adobe Digital Editions or equivalent installed. That's what I mentioned earlier. So before you do anything else, before you download an ebook with unlimited access, go to this link and make sure that you have a free copy of Adobe Digital Editions installed on your device. And you can use whatever software version is appropriate for your situation. We have Apple or Mac here. We have Windows here. And if you're going to be downloading Adobe Digital Editions as an app on your phone or other mobile device, you can either use the Apple App Store or Google Play for Android. But make sure that you have this downloaded first before you go any farther. I have Adobe Digital Editions already downloaded on my laptop. So I'm going to say that I want the PDF version, and I'm going to download a copy of this. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Sometimes you have to do that twice. Now in Google Chrome, there's usually a little arrow down here, a little down arrow key, where you can go to your recent download history. So if you're using Google Chrome, you can click on your down arrow key for recent download history. Since I already have Adobe Digital Editions installed, I can click on this. If you're using another type of browser, you might have to access your download in a different way. But again, since I already have Adobe Digital Editions installed, I can go to my downloads on Google Chrome, click on this. And this is loading in Adobe Digital Editions. And now I have a copy of that ebook downloaded on my device, and I can read that offline for 14 days since I chose that as my option. Now, if I decide that I'm done with this book before my checkout period has expired, I can go back to the library, click on a book, an ebook, and I can return the borrowed item. If you don't return it within that checkout period, it will actually expire at the end of your checkout period up to 14 days, and you would no longer be able to access that. You would just need to check that out again. Again, showed you how to use the Discovery Search Catalog to find EBSCOhost ebooks. You can read them online. Please make sure that you have Adobe Digital Editions downloaded if you want to check out and return any ebooks to read offline. And those would just be for ebooks with unlimited access if you have that full ebook download option. Thank you so much for watching our tutorial. Remember that you can always contact the library for help at 620-341-5207, or you can email us at librev01@emporia.edu.